Hi, guys.
There, it's playing. Are you happy now?
Yes, I'm happy.
It was supposed to be random, but welcome to our public talk radio.
No, this is not NPR. Get out.
So, if you're listening to this, no, this is not a screw up on the feed.
We're back.
This is what happens when somebody decides to take multiple weeks off and not record. So, yeah, you're going to get this episode where we talk about random stuff and just kind of have some fun because we couldn't afford to do multiple weeks of research because somebody decided to take multiple weeks off.
For some
Death metal concert.
For some context,
I would head smash this microphone, but it's too expensive.
for some context, this is being recorded these will be recorded either before or after Look Behind You, and we just get crazy.
Yeah, because believe it or not, doing those research for these, even though we do it throughout the week, compiling all of it is actually very exhausting.
It is.
And we're a podcast that doesn't necessarily do a ton of research.
No, so the people that actually do it for real, that are serious,
Good. You're awesome.
We hope to get to that
also
point.
devote like their entire time to it
Yeah.
because I think that's their main job. We're
Yeah.
also like me and Boom are both like compiling 40-hour plus work weeks into all of this.
I also run another podcast
Yeah.
in this podcast. So, yeah, we have very little time, but we thought that since we are able to do multiple episodes, whatever month this comes out, I think it's still going to be July. Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, we thought we'd just give you a fun little episode. We're not going to do this on the main feed of the podcast. We'll probably add this to our YouTube channel where you guys can go and just listen to it in the background and just have fun as we just randomly rant about whatever we want.
It's podcast pending.
This will be where we're a little bit more open, a little bit more just our, I don't want to say
Selves?
true selves, but just ourselves. We're not composed and just focused on telling you the story.
This
of what we're
is
looking
me
about.
just fully tired.
Yeah.
This is me.
I'm just going to say viewer discretion advised.
Yes.
A lot of discretion.
A lot of discretion. It gets really weird.
So,
You're also-
besides for the... go ahead.
Oh, I was
continue.
just going to say, you're also just listening to conversations between three.
There is 3 humans here.
Oh, anyways, 3 entities who have known each other for about 12 years now.
Yeah. This will be also not like the highest quality editing as well.
What editing?
I'm going to edit it. I have standards, but it's not going to be like I'm going to add a bunch of stuff to it.
I would be disappointed if at some point Boom doesn't just dump a cup of coffee on his computer and be like, the heck with it.
Lights it on fire with some alcohol.
Just smile on his face, smashes his head into the keyboard. It's done.
Woo! I feel that way with editing sometimes. Like,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, before continuing on, if you don't know, or if you've never listened to Look Behind You or Baka Talk, the guy talking about the editing behind the screen that you can't see, that's Boom, the quiet guy over there.
Who's
with-
quiet?
The guy with the knife.
I don't have a knife.
I have
quiet.
the knife in my hand right now.
The guy who got taken down by Boom that had the knife that Boom now has is Wolf. And this babbling idiot is me, Ramen Cat.
Yes.
Yes,
If
that is
somehow
you.
you found our Look Behind You YouTube channel and is listening to just this stuff instead of the actual Look Behind You stuff,
Right, because this is going to have its own thing.
I feel like this is going to
congratulations,
explode.
you picked the best quality content we produce.
just to let you guys know, I am very tired.
We just got done recording an episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
What time is it?
it's
It's 10:47.
I'm not usually this tired at 10:47. I'm usually about this tired at 4 a.m., but for some reason I've been crashing about this time.
I mean, we've been working a lot.
Yeah.
So what people might not know is me and you work together.
Yes, we do. we hardly ever see each other, which was contradictory to when I was like, hey, you should totally come work where I work, because then we
Yeah.
can hang out.
The selling point to me working there was
Yeah.
I could work with my best friend.
And-
no,
no,
I'm on the other side
yeah,
of the building.
Yeah, they throw him back into the freaking dungeon of the place. Meanwhile, I'm up front having to do customer service on top of my pre-existing job, and I hate it.
So that's how we feel about our 40-hour week jobs.
I sit on a mower.
And I hate it.
I love it.
He loves it. That's the weird thing.
It's so peaceful.
See, I just feel like the name Wolf, but at the same time, he's like one of those dogs with like sticking their head out the car.
Don't make those sounds in the mic. We might get in trouble.
The mic is blushing.
Whoa. Calm down.
Okay, boom, you look fully disturbed at this point. Do you regret letting me loose on the mic?
Nah, it's fine. This is kind of funny. I hope people are laughing.
You do have a mute button, don't you?
No.
What?
That's the one thing this soundboard doesn't have.
It just needs like a censor beep button so you can unnecessarily censor us.
I mean, theoretically, like right now, I could just turn your voice down and like... But people could just probably hear it through the other mics, so yeah.
I went deaf for a second. That was terrifying.
It gives the illusion.
It gives the illusion that you're dead.
I just, if you edit this any further, you just need, anytime there needs to be censorship, I just want one that's just a simple quack.
This is the quack.
Just quack.
Okay, that
can't
could
do
be
my
our
quacks.
censorship button. I do want to get, I think it's called the Roadmaster. It's from Rode, the podcast, like the audio
Brand.
brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Roadmaster, I think it is, and it's their podcasting soundboard.
Ooh.
It looks sweet. It's got lights on it, like different colored lights,
Does it
different
have
colored buttons.
RGB lights for gamers?
Is that your selling point? It's bright and flashy.
No, my selling point is it's an audio dock and a XLR dock all in one.
Don't give us your weeb talk.
So what you don't know is like when for podcasting, the way I have it set up is we use XLR mics.
That's what these are.
Yeah. So we have to have a mixer but our mixer does not have an audio input. So I have to use another smaller device, which is an audio input, so we can use headphones to basically listen to ourselves while we rant and scream.
So an adapter to
Were
an
you
adapter
meaning
to an
input or
adapter.
output?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably both.
It's 5
We
a.m.
have to use an
and only 11
adapter
o'clock.
for our ears.
Yes.
Yeah, we just not
But
even.
this has it all in one, as well as it has actual sliders for volume, which is a lot easier to adjust than knobs.
Why do you have sandwiches on your sound equipment? That sounds really reckless.
And tasty.
I have seen it before. At church, like, people doing sound has gotten food on the soundboard. It is horrifying.
I'm trying to not screech at the top of my lungs in rage.
But yeah, that has like sliders. It has a mute button. And it also has added extra buttons for sound effects.
Can we get a soundboard?
That's basically what this is.
Cool.
It has a soundboard built in.
I just
So.
want to get like, I don't know, Wheeze or Pyrolis in here just with a board with like those squeaky horns off kids' little toy cars.
Oh, like the old 50s sitcoms where they had just like the 2x4 with a bunch of like sound makers on
yeah,
it.
so we just have them run back and forth. We need this one. We need this one. Beep. We need this one.
Pyrolis would do that all day. And
I
have a
know he
blast.
would. He would be the best
He
at
is
it.
so ADHD. He would have so much fun.
Excuse me.
Anyways, so
Now we hit record.
you owe me a drink.
What? No, you owe me a drink.
Wait, wait a second. That's not how this works.
Yes,
we
it
hit
is.
play and now we're all going to be quiet, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Welcome to 45 minutes of silence.
All right, just off topic thing, just to hear
This is all off topic. What are you talking about?
off topic because I just want to hear Wolf rant about it. As everyone probably knows, we all play Magic the Gathering. What is your take on this D&D block?
Welcome to the Magic the Gathering podcast.
Don't get me started. The Beholder, or not the Beholder, the Mind Flare is just a horror.
The creature type is just a horror.
Yeah, the creature type is just
horror,
a horror.
not the other word that makes.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
Mine's in a trench.
I don't know why you're so upset about that. I really don't.
I don't either.
I mean, they could have went the route and just be like
is
octopus.
like a demonic thing.
I know, but I
No,
want
they
it.
aren't. They're aliens.
I want it.
Really?
Yeah.
D&D
They're
or they're aliens?
time traveling, extra dimensional aliens.
I did not know that. I thought they were just like a demonic thing.
No, well, they're aberrations. So originally they were supposed to be really Lovecraftian, and then
Yeah.
it's like I was talking to a guy down at one of the game shops the other day, and for some reason he was like, "I'm going to spew all the lore of D&D to you," while I was just looking for a book.
Well, anyways, there's already a creature type in Magic that would fit it just fine, and they didn't use it. And I'm like, I want to build that deck, but there's only like 5 of those creatures. And
I don't
can't.
think one more Mind Flare at that creature type's going to help your deck then.
But there's also like other creatures that go along with the Mind Flare in this set.
I guess.
Technically, I mean, if they wanted to, Beholders and Illithids could all be horror.
That's what they did. I'm just disappointed, and I don't like the dungeons.
I mean, to be fair, horrors and Magic haven't really gotten that much
You don't
love.
like the
They have-
dungeons?
No, I don't.
I like the dungeons because it basically takes a vanilla creature and it adds like so many modal effects.
I just don't like. I don't like it.
He doesn't
don't
like
like it.
gimmick cards.
No, it's very. Gimmicky.
It is very gimmicky, but I want to draft it so bad.
Okay. For like, my brain is all around EDH
Yeah.
Commander, so yeah, I just don't like it for that.
Well, I don't
Drafting sounds fun.
I don't like drafting, but this set I want to draft.
I don't even think I'm gonna go to the pre-release.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not that.
I mean,
big of a
mainly
fan.
because he's probably not going to have a ride because you moved out.
That might be a problem.
That might be a problem. Also, I just don't want to spend the $30 to $60 on this set that I don't really care for.
I'll just wait for it to go in the stores and grab a couple packs.
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm gonna buy singles.
That too.
Yeah, always buy singles.
Always buy singles.
I just like getting packs because, like, oh boy, it did something fun today.
You're committing crimes against humanity.
Yep.
Good
Always,
job.
ever, always constant. My goal is to rot this planet from the inside out.
So, have you guys heard about the most recent Netflix series that's coming out? It's called is it Streets of Horror?
No.
No?
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I see an ad for it.
Do you guys know what that's about?
No.
Nope. Last thing I seen, and it just showed up on Twitter, was like, hey, look at Amazon's movie that looks like complete crap, and we're just going to plaster it everywhere.
What movie is that?
Oh, is that Future War?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like a ripoff of,
Day
Edge of
After
Tomorrow?
yeah.
Yeah, it basically is a ripoff of Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's just...
Why are so many movies rip-offs of each other that just came out?
Because,
Well, we could go down in the rabbit hole of culture stagnation.
Yeah, culture stagnation. No one can have an original idea, even though they could literally just yoink an idea out of, I don't know, something like webtoons.
Yeah, webtoons are awesome.
Yeah.
They're
Or
like free comic books.
Anything on the internet that promotes creativity. It's like you could literally, if I was a director,
an SCP movie.
yes, an SCP movie would be probably super successful right now.
Yeah. What is an SCP?
Secure, contain, protect.
'Cause
Sir,
you guys are like nerding out so bad right now, and like our podcast audience
So-
isn't necessarily a bunch of
I,
like they like probably most of our podcast audience is nerds, but there's probably some people that just like the history of cryptids.
oh, they're not here for the cryptids. Not at this point.
Not at this point. They signed off 5 minutes ago.
They signed off 13 minutes
all
ago.
right, so anyone that doesn't
Probably.
know, this is going to be a horrible explanation. SCPs started out as a collective document of basically created stories in a shared universe
Yep.
of like creatures and monsters and
on
stuff.
a Wikipedia.
On a Wikipedia. More specific, because Wikipedia is always trustworthy.
Bum-ba-da-da.
Anyways, and it was just these stories about this organization that is trying to contain all these creatures. and-
Secure, contain, protect.
yes, to preserve humanity. Their whole goal is to keep humanity safe. Kind of, in
Kind
a
of.
very gray moral
It's like
spectrum,
creepypastas,
but better.
but better.
Because it has
Oftentimes
its
better.
own universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has its own shared mythos.
I was kind of sad when I seen the creepypasta Siren Head was not an SCP because it was good.
It needs to be.
It does need to be. It fits the
You know where
mold of
you know
it.
where Siren Head came from?
Hmm.
This artist will just take like a generic picture and then just like subtly put a monster in the background.
Oh, really?
Like there's this one
Oh,
where
that's
it's just a
cool.
photo of like a dirt road with like very thick trees around it. Like you would never see the pair of giant legs that look like a tree off in the side. But it looks so eerie, and then you see the legs and you're like, oh.
I love art. Like, I'm gonna have to actually check out the guy's art.
I keep hearing his name and then I instantly forget it.
I'll just look up Siren Head and
Yeah.
find it. But I mean, Siren Head has such a cool story.
Yeah.
But yeah, SCP stuff, I think personally would make an amazing movie. Of course, somehow Hollywood would screw it up.
Somebody needs to get the rights to. I don't know how it is because it's a community collective.
Mhm.
They need to get the ability to make a TV show or anthology.
There's already
of
some good
SCP.
like fan films on
Right.
YouTube,
Like
like Overlord.
And that's probably what it would have to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if they could get like the rights, like if Netflix could get the ability to do that, I think.
No, we don't need Netflix tainting SCPs.
Okay, but
Here's the thing.
not
very quick-
Netflix doing it, but somebody the ability to stream on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing about like Netflix and Hulu. A lot of people get this mixed up. Is they're more of like a publisher. People go to them with ideas like, I want to build this. Yes, Netflix will mess things up, but there are some hidden gems.
Like the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness wasn't so bad.
I was not aware there was more Resident Evil stuff.
They came off a CG
Yeah.
animated Resident Evil
Show.
show.
Oh,
It looks actually
I didn't know
really
that.
well. I walked in, he was like on episode 3
Two.
or 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a cool live action movie. That's like cool shot. And then I seen like a character's face and I'm like, that's CGI. What the heck?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
part of Netflix anime program.
we have to admit though, like whenever Netflix gets a hold of an anime, like a pre-existing series, it tends to
Yeah.
not bode so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, remakes they suck at. They did do pretty well with partnering with Toho for making
Godzilla Singular Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't really. I mean, I guess maybe
That was from a Japanese like, studio,
Studio.
but it was always designed to go onto Netflix.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's like, there's bad and good shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
For Netflix originals,
I
I
mean,
should
somehow they were able to take a old Nintendo game like Castlevania and turn it into an epic story.
All right, the final have you finished?
I have not.
Oh,
finished
come
it.
on, dude. It's so good.
Spoil it.
I can't spoil it because like
Oh.
I'll spoil it for the whole world then.
say.
Oh,
Watch Castlevania.
It's pretty new.
There's some
Oh.
rough spots in the show, but it's good.
yeah. It's kind of a animated Game of Thrones.
You just
Yeah.
didn't like the 10-minute sex scene at the end of season 3.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Nope.
Wolf is pure.
Wolf is pure, wolf is good.
Call me weird, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. Ranting about Netflix.
But
because-
anyways, you said you were asking us about a movie or something or show.
Oh, Horror Street or something like that. Fear Street, that's what
Fear
it's called.
Street?
Is it Fear Street? Like, is it R.L. Stein?
No.
Ah.
It's I think remake or continuation of Freddy Krueger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
I heard Fear
I could be totally wrong about
Are you
this.
talking about maybe the new Halloween movie?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, when I heard Fear Street, so the guy that used to write the Goosebumps series,
Yeah.
he also did a spin-off, I think it was a spin-off, called Fear Street. And it was
Oh.
all these stories, kind of like Goosebumps stories, but
Yeah.
they all took place in this one town.
Oh, that's cool. It could be that.
I would love it
Question.
if that. You know what? Goosebumps needs a reboot.
Honestly, when I brought it up, I was hoping that one of you two knew what it was because I was asking you.
I'm
guys.
gonna
Is
check
there,
it
like-
out.
Do they have to like go back in time? Like we have to go
Um,
back, like is there's this line we have to go back there?
No.
No? Okay, then it's not the one I'm thinking of. Because there was another show Netflix was making, and it has like one of the same actors from Stranger Things in it.
Oh.
I'm not even sure where Stranger Things went.
Is it still running?
I don't know.
The most recent season ended a couple months ago.
I watched the beginning of season 3.
I watched the start of season 2 and I was like, just the magic is gone.
I mean, once they got rid of the Demigorgon, like the whole thing with like the cosmic horror, like they're adding like the cosmic horror with a giant like monster.
That's the Mind Flayer.
The Mind Flayer was kind of cool, but like they didn't do much with it.
That's what the
Yeah.
last season is.
Is it?
Yeah, there's Russians and the Mind Flayer and Russians
I
under.
might have to pick it back up because I love Cthulhu like horror.
I do too.
The last season is good.
Yeah.
They did one of the characters way wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
but
No, not mean. Don't mean like they made the character one of the main
Like, they
characters.
just gave him a
bad.
But
crappy
like
ending.
his story just went wrong.
They did something so mean to his character.
Aw.
It's the character in season 1 where he's mean to the kids, but then in season 2 he has like a redemption arc.
Oh, the bully?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bully.
Oh, okay.
He's a great character. Like he's the villain in season 1, but he has that good redemption arc. He befriends one of the kids and is like he's a good person, but then they just do him so wrong in the most recent season.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, I might have to pick that up too because I watched season 1. I loved season 1.
Yeah.
I loved the story. I love that like small town horror. There's a monster thing. The kids fighting back.
Yep.
I just like that cliche.
Yeah.
Season 2 just kind of felt. I don't know. I might not have
A
given it
little
a
push?
chance. It felt pushed. It felt like we're running on something successful. Let's milk it. Rather than, hey, we intentionally plan. Let's keep this story rolling.
There's 4 seasons, right? If I remember.
I have no
I
idea.
believe so.
I believe there's 4. Yes.
There's either 3 or 4 seasons.
I know season 2 wasn't that good.
I don't know. I know that the like one of the seasons, whenever I pass by it on Netflix, the monster that they show looks like a big turd.
That's probably the most recent one
Okay,
because they tried
it's like something between the Demigorgon and the Mind Flayer because somehow this ugly tadpole thing turns into Cthulhu god thing.
Oh yeah, that's like the Mind
Yeah.
Flayer infesting the real world
Yeah.
from the Underdark.
I'm still confused about the whole Stranger Things of it's D&D lore.
It's just
but
the
it's-
kids put D&D names to the
To the
monsters.
stars.
Yeah, so it's like it has to be much more like Cthulhu.
It
Like,
is. It's
horror.
very. It's
It
very.
is very much.
It's very
Yeah.
Lovecraftian. It's
Yeah.
just the
and
way.
I love Lovecraftian
yeah,
It's just
I think
cosmic
all of us.
horror.
Yeah,
cosmic horror. It's
it's
good.
just basically the kids didn't know what to call the things,
Right.
so it's like they put their like.
well, they just
villains-
fought the Mind Flayer in season 1, and then this not the
Yeah,
Mind
the
Flayer, the
Demigorgon.
Demigorgon, and then this monster pops up. So it's like, let's just call it this.
Yeah,
Well, to add to the confusion even more, the Demigorgon in the newest Magic the Gathering set, that's a crossover with D&D,
Uh-huh.
has the art of the Stranger Things Demigorgon.
Oh,
and
what?
not, yeah.
Oh, come on.
So they took from one of the expansions where they actually crossed over with Stranger Things because they actually did a D&D expansion.
Do you mean that, or like the Demigorgon from the Stranger Things show, like the
Not
monster?
like direct, but it's based off of that art.
that
Oh.
art?
That
Okay.
concept
The
of
big
For
open
Demigorgon.
everyone
face
that
thing?
doesn't know, in Dungeons and Dragons, there's a demigod of the underworld called Demigorgon,
It's not. It's the name of.
or it's the name of a god,
Yeah,
or a god being. Like he's not a full fledged god, but
it's a title
yeah,
of like the
it's
head
this
demon.
great big 2-headed demon. It's got like a scaly body. It screams 60s because it's got like these like 4 tentacle arms. It's got a scaly body, and its 2 heads are like baboon heads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so messed up looking, but it's become such an iconic thing. And then for them to just change, I'm gonna have to look at it to confirm it. I don't know, but that kind of makes me mad that they would change the art from something so
That's
iconic.
kind of goes to Wizards of the Coast
Yeah,
because
And
They're also going to be doing I want to say a Stranger Things crossover in the near future.
with magic.
Yes.
probably
Why?
Because they have this new subset of Magic cards coming out. What is it called? Other Worlds?
Like, how would that even? There's a planes where there's like
No.
It's
one...
not connected with the
So-
actual
Oh,
Magic.
Do
okay.
you
card.
remember the Walking Dead
To be honest, I've never even seen a card from that set.
So it's
Good,
not a
because
set.
there's only 5.
Oh, is there?
It's
Yeah.
not a set. It was from the secret
like
lair.
a promo thing.
Yeah, but it's a new era for Magic where they're going to be doing a ton of crossovers.
Yeah,
like that.
because it was successful with the thing when they did the Ikoria block, which was all about giant monsters. And they just did as a fun thing at first. Hey, it's giant monsters. Let's make alternate art that looks like Godzilla stuff.
and
that
it was awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But don't do it with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now there's going to be a Warhammer 40K commander deck.
I still have no idea how the heck that happened, considering the fact that Citadel Games is like at the top of the pile. Then they are like the god of tabletop games, and they just look at Wizards of the Coast like, you punny little ant.
Also, they're going to be doing a whole set of Lord of the Rings. So a set has multiple, like, hundreds of cards.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
A
235
A
cards.
deck, Warhammer 40K commander deck would only have 100 cards.
Yep.
So it's a difference of 100 cards to a whole set being a couple hundred cards. And then I believe they're coming out the Stranger Things thing and the alternate universe stuff. But the Warhammer and the Lord of the Rings set is going to be more in the main thing. This is how messed up my favorite card game is getting.
No,
Honestly.
they're bringing Lord of the Rings into the lore of Magic.
I think so.
Honestly, that's really stupid.
Yeah, that messes up Lord of the Rings and Magic.
Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
Because Lord of the Rings really
But
isn't a like
money
as
is cool and all.
yeah. You know, I don't know. As somebody who wants to get into making tabletop games, I would rather just be like, hey, let's be original and keep
Right.
it to the fans.
I guess you
And
could.
as somebody that runs a content creating thing of a podcast and YouTube channel, it's like I would rather stick to, hey, this is what's going to make people happy instead of, hey, this is what's going to make me the most money.
Right.
Which is why I'm currently ranting in a mic, because I didn't want to rush our research.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I don't know. I can't be the only person out there that hates crossover stuff. I think it's
like
overdone.
them in
It is
certain
overdone.
ways.
You know where I like it? I like it when, I don't know, when I was 13 or whatever, and the guy who made the cartoon, if any of you have ever seen it, Ben 10,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and he also made a cartoon called Generator X.
Yeah.
So because those were his things, he did a crossover.
Right.
That made sense, though, in the fact that Ben 10 also had, like, interdimensional stuff.
Right.
And the world of Generator X was just messed up.
Right.
So it's like, I like when the creator crosses their stuff over, or it's like, hey, we're the same studio, let's cross things over.
Where it doesn't seem forced. Like,
It
I guess I
doesn't-
could say, like, maybe with, like, Halloween or, like, not Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
And, like, Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger.
They
Like-
can cross because there's no real thing showing that their universes could or could
Right.
not be. It's just there's an event here. There's
Also, it's a stupid slasher movie that was made in the 90s.
Aliens
And
and
people didn't care back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
about
Aliens and
consistency.
Predators did it well because it's alien races.
Yeah, and they actually did. They didn't just do crossover. Like, hey, we're actually going to blend the
Aliens,
lore together.
Predators, and Judge Dredd.
Yep.
Judge Dredd was one of those comics. I love the actual just Judge Dredd main storylines,
Yeah.
but Judge Dredd does a lot of crossing over for no reason.
I guess
Yeah.
what you could actually say, and this just kind of popped into my head, a lot of media is adapting the crossover theme of comic books, where there's
Yeah.
supposed to be one-shots, like Batman fighting the aliens down in, like, Cambodia or something.
Yeah, and that was literally just its own standalone thing. It had a
Standalone.
couple issues of it, like there was
It had a
versus
run.
Aliens too, but it was its own thing.
Yeah.
It didn't tie in with, like, actual lore.
Right.
Unless you want to make your own headcanon.
Right, and that's always where comic books have been. Comic books also did crossovers in the fact of that was how they tested out, is this character going to be popular?
Yeah.
Right.
Same with like cartoons. Cartoons would occasionally like do a crossover.
Well, that's originally how you got, like, characters like Ghost
Wolverine.
Rider, Wolverine, the
Yeah.
Hulk.
They were just crossing. Yeah, because
Yeah.
wasn't it like Wolverine in a Hulk comic, wasn't he, where they were like up in Canada finding
Constantine.
Wendigo?
Yep.
John Constantine, Hellblazers, came out of Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out of Swamp Thing. Then it got its own, 367 continuing on now run.
But, just with this, some crossovers have love put into them, and this just feels like a soulless
They don't
Right.
actually
thing.
mix.
Yeah, they don't fit. They're not comfortable together. It could just be. I mean, I could see, hey, we're gonna make a set of your favorite theme just with the magic rules.
Right. Well, if you
Yeah.
think about it, in Magic the Gathering, there's multiple universes because each set is set in a different universe, not worlds, but universe.
Right.
Planes, yeah.
It's a multi-universe lore.
But
system.
it's like the universe is kind of in itself because
right,
of the mana.
and then you have people and creatures that can universe jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're called planeswalkers, and even in the older lore, there's devices that would let you jump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In all those different worlds, you have sets. You have a world that is just like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's called Dominaria.
Yep.
Like
You have-
it's a little bit different. Like it's
Just had the apocalypse
but
3
it is
times.
it's basically
Invaded
the
by
version
aliens a
or
couple
Lorwyn.
times.
Lorwyn.
Yeah.
That's very much just like Lord of
Actually,
the Rings.
Lorwyn was very weird. It was constantly day, and then it turned eternally night, and everyone turned
Lorwyn
evil.
could actually kind of be like Stranger Things because there's the
yep.
good world and then the underworld. Like
Yeah.
you were saying, night and dark. When it's dark, everything gets evil. When it's
Yeah.
light, everything's happy and go lucky.
I guess to kind of finish this rant, it's just in a game that is said about multi-universes, it's like, why not just make your own universe that is slightly different than the
Theme
actual
it
IP?
off
Yeah.
the thing that
They
you
have
want to do.
magic,
Which is what they do with Innistrad, which
Yep.
is why you have vampires and werewolves that are just straight out of old, like the Wolfman,
Right,
and
but they
Frankenstein
did
and-
their own take on it.
Yeah.
Like, I am all for, hey, I like the theme of this thing. Let's go with it, but
Yeah.
let's do our own thing.
And that's Ikoria I love because it did the giant monsters and they're just like, well, we could do alternate arts for Godzilla.
I love my Mecha Godzilla
Hangerback Walker.
hangerback walker.
And that was brilliant because the cards technically didn't exist in the lore. They were just the art was different.
Yeah.
And they had a name on top and then the actual card name, little letters below it.
Next thing you know, they'll be crossing over with Pokemon.
But then they threw in the world
Yeah.
of Walking Dead into it, and it was literally Walking Dead is part of Magic now.
So they didn't just do, oh, this is like a subset thing. This is
These are actual legal cards that the character Rick Grimes exists in Magic.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, D&D, I totally get being...
but they're not set on a plane. They don't have story around them. They're just in the game Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nissa could go
So
and talk to
theoretically,
Rick
a
Grimes.
game built around mechanics and lore being put together into a card with art on it. Theoretically, the
Planeswalkers
the
could
state
show
of,
up.
yeah, like Rick Grimes is in Georgia in Magic the Gathering universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. It
Yeah.
just doesn't
Weird.
fit. Now, like the D&D set, I get. Same
Yeah.
company,
Same company. yeah.
everything. I mean, they even did D&D settings for Ravnica, and there was another one they did too.
Which are different universes.
Theros, yeah. But
and they also did Ixalan.
Yep.
Innistrad.
Yep, they did it.
Innistrad.
Ixalan. Yeah, I forgot about those. Those were all old sets that they
Yeah.
did.
Forgot-
So they've always done that,
Yeah.
actually.
Forgotten Realms. I don't hate it for the theme of it. I just don't like the mechanics that are in it.
Yeah.
But they actually did it really well because they didn't just we're going to put all of D&D in it. They took a D&D setting, its world, and let's make that a actual playable planes.
That's because
Magic.
Wizards of the Coast can't get out of the thing of, hey, let's make everything Forgotten Realms, even though we have all these other fantastic settings that
Right.
we've bought. Like, okay, going on a D&D rant here.
Well, that's another thing that we really like.
Yeah,
is
we-
we like RPG games.
Yes,
we will
do.
jump around from rant to rant, then circle back eventually.
I found out.
I'm done with Magic. I'm done complaining about it.
I am too.
Table flip. Um,
No, I'm not done playing the game. I love the game, but I'm done talking about it.
We'll
I
probably
would-
play some later.
I was upset to find out that they were going to bring back the Dragonlance setting.
Ooh.
Now that's an old D&D setting.
Wait, you were upset?
No, I was excited about
Oh,
that.
excited.
I that would be one of the few D&D things I would actually go out and buy
Yeah.
because I love Dragonlance. Dragonlance
Right.
is the cliche high fantasy.
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, it wasn't even post-apocalyptic. It was the dragon armies attacking this continent. Let's
oh,
stop
right,
it.
Yeah. What was the
Um,
one I was thinking? It was like post-apocalyptic.
That's Dark Sun.
Dark Sun.
Dark
yeah.
Sun got a redo in 4th edition. I don't know if 5th edition ever did one, but I found out that the Dragonlance one got canceled because Wizards of the Coast decided to be a jerk towards the authors. They
Oh.
wanted to change stuff because they got the original
Oh,
crew
that
together
sucks.
for that. And
Wizards of the Coast as a company in whole, not like actual like each individual person, does some really bad
yeah,
decisions.
they have some jerk moves they
Yeah.
do to
Yeah.
people.
but like employees, a lot of them are just awesome people.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the same with any company, really.
Yeah.
But I hope Dark Sun and Dragonlance do get a proper like resurrection.
That'd be cool.
I would actually go out and like buy everything for that just because I love those settings. Like I love Dark Sun because it's a desert world. Everyone hates wizards because they messed up the world. And they're psychics. Like
Yeah,
instead
that's
of being
sweet.
wizards, like psychics are like your spellcaster
Yeah.
class.
Kind of sounds like the world I was thinking of coming up with.
It
Has some of the same themes.
Well, I mean, hey, you can still do it.
I know. I was
But-
just
I
I know my-
it's a really cool, really unique
setting.
take on
Right.
stuff. It puts survival into perspective and stuff. Most of the weapons are complete crap because they're fashioned out of bones and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the monsters are brutal. Like the whole setting is just so brutal.
That's why I'm looking forward to playing Deadlands and
Yeah.
Savage Worlds.
Yep.
'Cause Savage Worlds is a fun RPG system, and Deadlands, I just love some good old cowboys with jetpacks.
Yeah. There is
I want to play Deadlands so
There
much.
is a setting, and if we can get the Savage Worlds setting figured out, I want to do, and it's called Rifts.
Yeah.
It looks so cool because it is still.
Oh, I've heard of Rifts.
It's still you take your cowboy with a jetpack, and
Yeah.
now suddenly he's fighting alongside an alien from like 32
Yeah.
dimensions across each
fighting
other,
a Demigorgon.
fighting a demigorgon.
They're like, aren't these people like they just randomly rift hop sometimes?
no, Rifts was the
There was an
original
old
one.
video game, wasn't there?
No, that's
No.
a different thing.
Oh,
No, this Rifts is like on Earth. It's the or it's way past the apocalypse, and like these different wormholes opened up.
yeah.
So different creatures and stuff spilled over, and different cultures, and they're like established in this messed up Earth. And it's just those stories of
Oh, that's
stuff
cool.
like that.
That actually sounds a lot like Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is an anime I watched.
This is not Baka Talk.
I can
Get
talk
your
about anime.
I know what you're
weakness out
talking
of
about.
here.
You can't defeat me. I've got an anime on my side.
But speaking of anime,
Oh boy, we're going down this hill. Welcome to Baka Talk 2.
I've told Boom about this, but
Don't tell the other guys, but this might be the better Pocket Talk.
Don't give him the link.
But Ramen Cat, you know how we've been watching Black Clover, right?
You have. I haven't because I'm terrified of long running animes.
Well,
That's a weird phobia to have.
It's
but
a
okay.
very weird phobia.
you could easily catch up to where they just left off.
Is it like a thing that can time
Because-
travel?
No, they caught up to the manga, and now they're going to wait until 2024 before they even think about making new episodes.
So they're gonna do like
So
most
real
anime
quick.
should do.
Real quick, for people that aren't weebs
I'm
or
sorry.
anime watchers, manga means comic.
Yeah.
It's Japanese comic. They're usually black and white, and you can read. You basically
It's
read
the
them
source
backwards.
material for
They're the source
manga.
material for
Not manga.
anime, which
Anime.
anime is a Japanese cartoon.
Now I know why in your guys'
Animation, not a
podcast you get
cartoon.
anime and manga mixed up so much.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Is she talking about the other genre? No.
No.
the off-brand anime.
Yeah.
Get out.
No.
Out.
Oh crap! He's got the ball back.
Be gone.
But no,
Um,
that is pretty cool that there's actually an anime out there that's willing to stop and just
Well,
not
It's
end the
got
show in a
so
crappy
much
way.
popularity
Oh, yeah.
that the hiatus will be enough for them to be like, "Hey guys, we're back!" Woo!
Yeah,
I'm just disappointed that's going to be until 2024.
How many episodes did you go through though?
I actually
How many episodes is in Black Clover?
Right now, I believe they ended on 170.
That's actually
Not bad.
pretty small.
It's
That's
4
too-
seasons. It's 4 seasons.
I draw the line at where a cartoon gets as long running as the freaking NCIS Galaxy.
Wait,
Would you like
how
me
many
to
episodes
explain?
does NCIS have?
There's over like 20 seasons.
In each different NCIS series.
So I don't think
Most of them have been shut down.
Have
Like
they?
NCIS New York, I don't think runs anymore.
I didn't.
Why
even-
is there so many different ones? Are they just like, hey, we're gonna do this cop show? What are we gonna call it? NCIS.
I think you have NCIS, you have NCIS New Orleans.
That's one of the ones that are still going. Miami's, I
Mi-
believe, still going.
No, I don't think Miami's
Miami ended.
Why
I
would
think
you have
so.
New Orleans and Miami? They're basically right next to each other. City settings, basically the same thing.
Here's the thing, voodoo.
Anyways, I don't know why we're ranting about NCIS.
I don't know either. There's just too many. We're gonna soon have like, hey, it's NCIS Milwaukee.
I would watch that.
Anyways, yeah. So a long
I
running
think they were
anime.
going to do one about Kalamazoo.
That would be boring.
I think
That
there was a
would be
cop show that was
boring.
going to come out that was set in Kalamazoo.
I want to say it was either the Rookie or Blue Bloods was not Blue Bloods. There,
It wasn't Rookie.
Rookie is the one with what's
Yeah.
his name?
Not Neil Patrick.
no.
Not Neil Patrick Harris.
No. He played in a show. with
Hey, I'm
him.
gonna arrest this guy, and it's gonna be legendary. For those of you
Nathan
that-
Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion.
Right?
That's the Rookie.
Yeah,
That's
the
in
Rookie.
California, I think. But
Yes.
there was a show. It was like 911 Blue or something like that. It was a very short running show.
911.
Maybe it was in Detroit.
No, this was going to be set in Kalamazoo.
Oh, no, there was one that was set in Detroit.
I don't know whatever happened to it. I just remember seeing like the headlines or like reading about it somewhere.
I don't know how. Okay, so
So they're going to set it in Detroit, but then they're like, yeah, we want some crime, and they get there. It's like, oh, too much crime, too much crime.
Too
Get more.
extreme.
We can't record here. It's too dangerous.
So, okay, for context, we are from Michigan.
Yeah.
First off, that gives us full credence to make fun of every city in the mitten.
Yes.
Well,
Also, there's a red zone around Detroit. We don't go there.
no.
Yeah. But anyways, Kalamazoo, I could not see being okay, they're all the big cities, all of them, cross country have their fair amount of crime. But Kalamazoo, yeah, I hear about stuff, but it's never something that would be like show worthy.
Here's the thing.
It's
They
usually-
want to base it in reality.
Yeah, I know.
They
want-
put like 16 serial killers in that
Yeah.
show.
Kalamazoo is not that big.
No, it's not like in the scale to like the places they put most stories, like Miami, San Francisco.
I mean, it
Kalamazoo
makes
is a
sense.
district.
It would make sense how they're able to travel across town so fast in those shows, though. It'd be more realistic in that aspect.
Yeah,
Because literally,
it would be like
everybody in Michigan goes 80 miles an hour.
NCIS Traverse City. Oh, we're over the hill. I guess we're at the bay now.
Cops get no, I can't say that. People get mad when people don't go over 65.
They do.
In Michigan, yes.
Although, fun little side thing, we were coming back from a place in one of the towns near us, and my dad decided he was just going to roll up to the stoplight because it was late at night.
Yeah.
There was a state police officer right in the parking lot as he went
Oof.
by. He got pulled over.
Really?
Yeah, because he was only going like maybe 15
Oh,
up
that's
to the
great.
stoplight.
That's great.
For a long time, there was something that was named here in Michigan the rolling stop, where people wouldn't actually like fully come to a
Yeah,
stop. They just roll.
That's not what he did.
I know
he
that's
just
not what
rolled
he
up to
did.
the stop line.
No, it was basically the light was red. All right, so my dad has a
Oh, he rolled through it?
No, he didn't roll through. My dad has a manual transmission car,
Yeah.
so you have to do everything. So it's like he just slowed way down to a creep. This is red light, and it was gonna change soon. So it's like he figures like, all right, I just don't.
Oh,
want...
so he didn't make a full stop.
right.
That's what
I was
Wolf
saying.
was saying.
Oh,
roll through
okay.
it.
rolling
You
stop.
were saying roll up to it, like he
I
just
guess
slowly
kind of.
rolled up
like
to
he
the
was
stop line and
stalking the
stopped.
light.
Yeah,
No,
kinda.
in Michigan, it is very common just to not stop at stoplights.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
things, if you come to Michigan or if you live in Michigan, you know there's three main things about driving in Michigan. One, you can tell how far away a place is by how many minutes it takes to get there.
Yep.
Yep.
Two, if you go below the speed limit, people hate you forever.
Yeah.
3, or actually there's 4 things. 3, stop signs are optional.
There are yield
And
signs.
4, the speed limit is optional / a challenge.
Yeah.
In
Pretty
fact-
much.
Especially on turns.
In 5, try to get a good car so you don't die on the potholes.
Nope, you want the crappiest car possible because you're going to hit a deer.
Actually,
That's
honestly,
true too.
all right. For those of you that have heard the cliche about our roads and stuff, yeah, we have rough roads, like mainly for us because we're up here in the country.
Yeah.
I feel like actually having gone out of state many times, the potholes thing is literally just a border defense against the other states because it's like you get down towards the border there of Michigan, the roads just turn to crap. They look
Really?
like craters. They look like somebody took artillery
Yeah.
shells to them.
Yeah.
Also, for further reference, we're up more north.
Yeah, we're way up, midway.
We're
up.
in Dogman country.
Yeah, but it's like everyone sees that and they associate the rest of Michigan with it.
I mean, no, I literally lost my tailpipe because I hit a bump.
Well, you aimed for it.
I mean, I may or may not accidentally went in the ditch at the same time, but I lost my tailpipe.
Was that the bee crotch story?
No.
No, that's when
Oh.
we hit your neighbors.
Am I seriously going to have to tell that story on this now?
No.
Yeah, probably.
We had pizza, blue metallic bee, mailbox went boom.
I slept for 2 hours. Like the whole 2 days.
Okay, just to put that in layman's terms,
You
we
had to tell the
we
story.
have yeah, and I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I just hear like you pull in my driveway and I hit your neighbor's mailbox.
Yeah.
We have these weird wasps, and they're for some reason really aggressive. I have no idea what they are. They look black until you get them in sunlight, and they're a metallic blue.
It is creepy.
I don't know what they are. I had one hang onto my car the other day when I went to the store. I stopped, and it just sat at my window and floated in front of it until it knew I wasn't getting out and flew off.
Yep.
I'm not joking. It did
They're
that.
government drones.
But apparently, Boom was driving home one day, really tired. One decided to land on his lap and just chilling out there.
Not
and-
on my lap.
Not on your lap?
Between the legs.
Oh, okay. So I decided to land on the launch pad.
Yeah.
Boom seen it, and boom went my neighbor's mailbox.
I freaked out. I was holding 6 pizzas.
Really?
My brother's at the side of the car. And he's like, "Should we be in the ditch right now?" And I'm like, "No." And we just went poof, right into the mailbox.
Yeah.
Well, you look down, and there's a 3-inch long metallic bee between the legs.
You freak
You're
out.
like, I'm going to
I
die.
would suddenly become the most professional driver. Like, don't move, don't breathe, don't jerk the car.
Well, here's the thing. It was moving. And I was like, oh, no, you're
you
not
had
doing
already,
this.
Yeah, you had already swatted because it hit your shoulder,
Yeah.
then it landed in your crotch.
I hit my shoulder, I swatted it away, and then I looked down and it's just crawling out of my pants.
Oh.
So it's already mad.
I'm going to have to look and see what the heck those things are. Because
It's going to turn out it's some type of just
Docile.
stupid fly.
probably.
And I
perfect.
wiped out a whole mailbox and spent $100 on a mailbox for nothing.
Yeah, it's probably like it stings you and your strength increases by +10.
That was also the day where we found out that you're supposed to, in Michigan, you're supposed to stop, even if you already talked to the person that owned the mailbox, you have to wait for the police.
Here's the thing. I talked to the gentleman because he was outside,
Mhm.
and he was okay with me just going down to the hardware store, replacing his mailbox.
Because we live in a small town where you can still do that because
Yeah.
everyone's not a total
Because
jerk.
I didn't just drive off. I was like, oh crap, I have to go fix his mailbox. Or at least give him money to fix the mailbox.
It was
But
a nice mailbox. that
I
we
then I
did.
found out he was an older guy. So I was like, okay, I'll just replace his mailbox.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I wiped out your mailbox. I don't know what to say besides for I will go buy you the same exact mailbox and give you a new pole and stuff to put it on. He's like, oh yeah, just do that. And I wrote down my license plate and gave him my ID, not gave him my ID, but gave him my phone number and stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I'll be back in an hour with the mailbox and I'll put it in. His wife went ballistic inside, called the cops on me.
Oh.
And then the sheriff was out looking for me and stopped at my house.
Jeez.
Well, I was trying to find, because we have a bunch of rebar poles and stuff. I was just, because that's what I hit.
Yeah.
So I was going to find one of those and just use that as the mailbox attachment. And the sheriff pulls up behind my car and he's like, hey, I've been looking for you. I heard that you wiped out a mailbox and ran away. I'm like, I didn't run away. I'm more like trying to fix the mailbox. Here's the new one.
I got the mailbox right here.
And he was like, well, technically you just kind of committed a misdemeanor because you ran away from a crime scene. I was like, oh, that ain't...
Because for anyone not from America that might be listening to this, everything is a crime. Everything.
Yeah.
Breathing is a crime.
Breathing is a crime. Like, yeah, we don't have some of the laws that other places might have, but it's like people in America like to be sue happy.
So, yeah, that's not necessarily a crime. It's just reliable for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid. I should be able to hit a guy's mailbox and just drive away.
No.
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 That's just wrong.
I wouldn't do that, but on the other hand, why should I be sitting in jail for it? No
Right.
one died.
Well, and the
I
thing-
suffered because my car took damage.
The thing is
Wow.
the wife and the husband were not communicating
Yeah.
between them. She didn't even come out until after I left.
Yeah.
So the cop was already called. He went to their house, and as far as he knew, I just went away. Like, I gave him my word, and I gave him my number about, like, getting the mailbox.
I mean,
But
you
the-
gave the guy your address.
Yeah.
For all you know, the old guy could have been a serial killer and just like walked into your house and Michael Myers you.
This guy was about 4 foot tall.
That's
That's terrifying to think that Michael Myers is 4 foot tall.
He just throw on a flipped inside out like Captain Kirk mask, grab that butcher knife, and just walk in and make you a hot dog.
That's creepy.
That is
Thanks
creepy.
for
Like
that
he's just
image.
gonna go in the kitchen, make you a hot dog, and like show up in your room. Here you go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I don't.
That he's gonna make me into the hot dog.
Oh, yeah, he'll probably do that to you afterwards.
Yeah, make you eat the hot dog, then get the hot dog back out.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know why we started ranting about
I don't know, but you know what?
Bluebies.
This shows that we can just like span all topics. I'm waving my arms around really erratically, even though no one can see this.
We got on that topic because of blue bees.
Yeah, Blue
Blue
Bees.
Bees.
Fun fact: there's a monkey out. There's a movie out there called Blue Monkey. You know what it's about?
Blue monkeys?
No, it's about giant killer praying mantises eating people in a hospital in Canada.
Why is it called Blue Monkey?
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there because every time I see these blue bees, it reminds me that movie exists.
I kind of want to watch this movie. How bad is it?
I don't know. I just watched a review thing about it on YouTube.
Okay.
That's one thing YouTube's really good for. Is just if you don't want to watch a movie but you want to know the movie, you just like.
I do that with every video game before I buy it.
All right.
On the topic of video games,
Yeah.
I found out first-person shooter games are really overcomplicated nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got the first BioShock, and I like feel out of place because it's so simple. It's flip between powers or weapons.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
all you do. There's no aiming or anything. It's like, what?
Wait, there's aiming.
No, there's no aiming in BioShock 1. It's just bang.
Oh, you're talking shoot from the hip instead of aim down a sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and there's no like intricate crafting thing. The most complicated the game gets.
Maybe I started with Bioshock then.
The most complicated the game gets is there's different ammos.
Yeah.
And that's just to the gimmick of switching between like I'm fighting a robot, I'm
Yeah,
fighting Big
right.
Daddy or Mr. Bubbles as they're called.
Yeah, I started with Bioshock.
Wait, they're called
Infinite.
Mr. Bubbles?
I walked by a door and I heard a little sister talking to the Big Daddy, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Bubbles." And I'm like, "What?"
Aren't they actually called Big Daddies, though?
They're called
Yeah,
Big
in the
Daddies.
lore.
They're called Big Daddies by the Splicers, which are the
Okay.
people that live in the city.
Yep.
Speaking of Bioshock,
Is there a new
have you guys
Bioshock
heard
coming
of?
out?
Have you guys? Do you guys know of the ARG that went on for the game before it came out?
No.
No.
If you ever have the time, like look it up. I believe. I can't think of the channel's name, but there's a good channel that like covers the ARG. Like goes on like the main character, how he went missing, and like goes talk about the secret society that makes the city underwater. It's a really cool.
I'm confused about BioShock because I was under the impression it was a steampunk themed game after like seeing BioShock Infinity. But BioShock 1 is like 1960.
yeah, it's
And it's just your jet goes down in the middle
It's-
of the ocean.
No, it's based off of this old cult that actually was just going to build a underwater
Yeah, like it's an elite. It's an
Civilization.
elitist
Yeah.
city.
because they believe that the world was going to have a nuclear apocalypse.
And underwater,
Well, they're
that's
also
nice.
like then the thing of like they considered the lower class to be parasites
Yeah,
and stuff. It was very much. I see somebody did their research, especially on like the era of the time,
Yep.
because there's a lot of people that felt that way.
That's why my favorite series is Fallout for
Yes.
video games, because I just love the alternate history of stuff
What
like
if
that.
Fallout and Bioshock are like in the same universe?
People have theorized that because the technologies are theoretically pretty similar.
Yeah, and
They
it
can be
happens in the 60s.
And it can be explained away with the lack of communication with the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it could be. I think it would be great to be playing a Fallout game and suddenly like a big daddy comes out of the ocean and you have to fight him.
I could see that as an Easter egg.
Yeah.
That would be kind of funny.
That would be awesome.
And then you can get his suit as power armor.
Dude, that would be awesome. I hope I'm gonna look for mods for
I'm sure
Fallout
there's a
4.
mod for that. I'm pretty sure you could just turn Fallout 4 into like Bioshock.
But it just confused me because I never really showed much interest in Bioshock until I got Infinity, and I want to play the whole series.
Infinity, I hear, is like the best one.
It
Almost.
is, but it's steampunk.
Yeah.
But the other ones aren't steampunk.
Right. It's
It's also parallel worlds.
Subnautic punk
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
is the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
Where it's like mix a little bit in between like steam, but like sub water.
Yeah. You know,
It's a very
I don't
cool
know. You
genre.
fight Mecha George Washington in Bioshock Infinity.
Yeah.
Talking about that really makes me want to buy the Sunken City because I want to play
Okay, how
Cosmic
did
Horror.
Sunken City pan out? Is that like a explorer shooter game, or is it a walk simulator like most Lovecraft games?
It's so
Like,
Call of Cthulhu, I believe, had a video game, right?
Yes.
it
And-
was basically a walk simulator.
Maybe I'm not thinking of the same one, but it has like multiple choices for like questioning or like dialogue. It had multiple dialogue choices. There wasn't much combat, but there was like puzzles. I guess you could say it was like a walk simulator.
So like a walk simulator or like Silent Hill, like where it's horror.
It's horror.
Okay,
So like
it'd
they
be a
can't.
survival game.
Yeah,
then.
survival.
So
I
it's
think
like Outlast.
kind of yeah.
Just know I need to see in this room. Let me flip my camera on and off repeatedly.
Doesn't
Oh boy, hopefully nobody has a seizure. Here I go.
I actually really haven't seen much gameplay of it past like the first 20 minutes.
Okay, I forgot it existed because I was gonna get it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It kind of came out in the era when like the newest Mortal Kombat came out.
Mortal Kombat. I think it also came out at a time when one of the new Doom games came out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2016.
Where
yeah.
like YouTube didn't really like the graphic content at that moment
Yeah,
in time.
a
So
lot of games got overlooked during
Yeah.
that.
so people just forgot those games
Like,
came out.
The bazillions of Dark Souls ripoffs.
There's one Dark Souls ripoff I'm looking forward to is Immortal Shell.
I
haven't
believe that
seen-
came out.
Did it come out already?
Yeah, I think you can buy it.
There's
Of course
one,
it comes out the moment I go to buy
No,
an
like
apartment.
I can buy it on the PlayStation. I
There-
can play
Really?
it all through it. I could play it and buy it when you were looking to buy the game.
There is a
What?
Souls game.
Yeah. I think
Huh.
you were just looking at something different. I think you might have been
No, I
looking
was
at
the game.
DLCs.
I was looking at the game.
There
I know I
is
was.
a game that I want to get, and it got a bad review because everyone deemed it too hard. It was like Dark Souls and like the mechanics and stuff, but it was like an apocalyptic thing where it was melee combat and it was a shooter.
Yeah.
It was, I think it's called Ashen. Or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that. Ashen Fall of Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I played that.
I heard that
It's-
like most people just didn't like it because they deemed it too hard.
If it's the game I'm thinking,
It-
it's very janky.
It also kind of added survival horror to it.
Yeah,
Right.
It's very janky.
I don't know.
and
This one
weird.
was very like it was a hybrid of Bloodborne. but
Yeah.
it
Are
was,
they like on an oil rig kind of
no,
thing?
this was like hell took over everything, and they're fighting demons.
Remnant of Ash, I believe it's what's
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Remnant from the Ashes.
something like
I believe.
that.
Yeah, I've played about an hour and a half of it because it went free on PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It is janky. That's all I
I
can
mean,
say. Like the
to be
controls,
fair, Dark Souls 1 is pretty janky.
Yeah.
it's worse, janky. Like the best I can put it is like Technomancer.
Never played Technomancer. See,
Technomancer's underrated.
I have a love for janky games because there is a game, and I'm pretty sure no one has heard of it because it was supposed to be a Half-Life mod. It was
Yeah.
called the Gunman Chronicles.
No, I haven't heard of it.
It was such a horrible game. The voice acting, this was a 90s game, of course,
Yeah.
but the voice acting was terrible. It was like, the bad guys are in there. The game was fun, though, because I never have played a video game where it's like, I am playing as a Space Union soldier going after Space Confederates on a planet with dinosaurs. I'm fighting them. I'm fighting the dinosaurs. I get on a shuttle and I land on a planet that's all robots. And suddenly this robot lady's helping me kill this guy because he was my general and survived getting eaten by a giant worm. And somehow that made him go psychopathic and want to kill everyone. And now he has this cannon that when it shoots your tank, it sends you into a black hole.
That's a fan game for you.
It
That
was
sounds
a
amazing.
horrible, beautiful, majestic video game.
Sounds amazing.
It was so awesome. It was so terrible. It was beautiful. So I love janky games. The controls weren't always responsive. You know, like you go to switch a weapon and it might not switch it or
Right.
switch it to the wrong one. It was just so bad.
That's cool.
I'll have to see if I can find the CD. It's floating around here somewhere. But if you love horrible gems like that, Gunman Chronicles.
Well, I think with that,
How long have we been recording for?
1 hour.
You're not getting
Exactly.
away that easy. Boom, get back to work.
I think we're gonna end it for tonight.
No.
I can't think of any other random crap. to
Oh, I
rant
got a
about.
lot of stuff. What do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
Oh.
Beef jerky.
Let's
Beef
end
jerky?
this.
Well, let me tell you about how that beef jerky's bioengineered with Triceratops meat.
Awesome.
Anyways, this has been a test run of whatever this is going to be called.
We don't know yet. Hey, hear me out. Let's let everyone that listens to our podcast and now everyone that listens to the other podcast decide.
You name it.
You guys name it.
So, like, the couple people that might listen to this has to name it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unnamed podcast number 5.
Yes,
Okay.
please. We're serious
It
about
has
this.
to be 5.
Seriously, you guys get to name this.
Okay.
Not you.
If they
you
like
don't,
it.
you don't get to name anything. You have no control on any of this.
I don't care. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
You're sounding
good.
like a bipolar person because you didn't say who you were talking to. You just continued that line of sentence after saying the viewer name it. And you're like, no, you don't get to name anything.
It just can't be anything obscene, please. YouTube won't like that.
Anyways,
Keep
this
it-
has been a production from the Baka Talk. Not Baka Talk. Wrong anime.
Wrong Whoa! We're in an anime,
This
guys!
has been brought to you by the people
I was
that
going to
made...
edit that out, but I'm just going to leave that in.
Yeah.
This has been a production from the Look Behind You podcast studio or whatever I call that. I said that right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Do
if
it.
you guys like this random ranting, this
Name our podcast.
is going to be on the podcast feed for Look Behind You, at least this episode, and then all further episodes from that should be on YouTube.
As a
Yeah.
separate
Are
channel
we
or
gonna-
like a subset on the...
If people...
Just another video type on the Look Behind You YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Well, I was going to ask, if people like this, do we just give this its own Twitter page, or are you just going to plaster it on both podcasts?
No, this is an infection attached right to the side of Look Behind
Oh,
You.
you should infect Baka Talk, too.
Don't know about that.
Oh,
You own it all now.
I do own it
you
all,
own it
but,
all.
yeah.
You're like...
We'll see.
Just
Are you
merge
gonna
all
launch yourself-
three together.
Are you going to sell the company and launch yourself into space?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my plan. How did you know?
I bid $5.
On my space launch?
No, the company.
Oh,
I'll top him. I'll give you
deal.
the $100.
Can I get the?
I'll give
can
you
that
the
get me to space?
I'll give you the $100 in my pocket right now.
I can get you
Nice.
Jenkins.
I got $105. Here I go.
We'll just get you a little firework and tie it to your hand.
There was a dude that did try to make his own rocket to go to space. It ended horrible.
Anyways, if you like what you listen to, let us know down in the comments.
And name our podcast.
And name our podcast, yeah. That you can let us know by contacting us at Look Behind You Pod. Not Look Behind You, Behind You Pod on Twitter.
Yeah, I just figured out that we can do that in the hashtags and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we got this thing. Maybe that's why no one talks to us.
But yeah, at Behind You Pod on Twitter. And yeah, with that, we will bring this to a close.
And where do they find you?
You can find me, Sir Boom, at SirBoom9 on Twitter.
And they can find me at RamenCat13 on Twitter. And I'm still going to, well, not still, I'm just going to force Wolf to get a Twitter account. Force him.
I'm already on the Behind You Pod account. How many more Twitters do I need?
All of them.
I run 3.
If you could get me all of them, I'd do it.
All right, everyone, relinquish your Twitter accounts. We're doing this. Wolf will take over Twitter.
And then are you going to launch yourself into space?
No, I'm going to launch Twitter into space.
Ooh.
Ooh, come on, guys. Let's make this dream a reality.
Nobody really likes Twitter.
No one.
He's just
All
going
right.
to launch it in space. It means Twitter's going to have probably another satellite in space.
Probably. Well,
No,
that
I'm just
was
gonna
about
download
it
it
for
to an
us,
SD
guys.
card and just throw it to space.
I have to stop these 2 before they rant for the rest of the night because I
Yeah.
need sleep.
Good night, everybody.
See you all later.